tower run, okay? One rogue tower run. I'm going to just hit play, and I'm going to... well, you know what? Hold on. The first thing I'm going to do, if we're only doing one, we're rolling a very high-stakes casino. Start prediction. Will NL beat his PB round 39? Submission period, 5 minutes. We got a long time to go. I put it in parentheses, so you don't even have to ask. Okay, there, nice. Got the tutorial. Now, Malv strats early. There's no space for one there. That's unfortunate. Malv strats early. We fill the screen with ballistas at all available vertices, and then we expand. Holy cow, what the heck? My UI? I wanted larger UI, but not like this. Now chat can't see, I think my UI scaling is too high. I think, okay, hold on. I'm gonna get a mortar tower, which is what you can't see. And then I am going to go to the options menu, and maybe we'll leave it right around there. That seems like more acceptable. New prescription. This is how I felt when I got my new glasses, and when I was walking home, I felt like the sidewalk in front of me was like a little blurry, but I could see exactly what was going on in like a skyscraper penthouse window, like 500 meters away and up 25 stories. Let's get a poison sprayer. What poison is damage to health? Is that correct? Am I correct in this assumption? It's damage to shield. Okay, that's actually also great, because then we have essentially a little damage versus everything. I just hope this is not going to use too much mana, but we'll find out pretty quickly, I think, whether that's the case or not. Holy cow. Okay, it uses too much mana. Well, I don't know. One poison sprayer might be acceptable right now. For now, I'm going to make my, I don't know. Just give him 50% extra poison damage. I was hoping this would loop back down. I think we need to play some mortar. I'm just trying to find a decent spot for it. I think this will be okay, because we got a little... This is our first fork in the road, unfortunately. I'm not worried about target priority yet. Now, Shredder is incredible, don't get me wrong. I don't know if we're going to build around ballistas. NL, have you ever seen the video of the bald man speed shaving his head? It honestly seems like... I'm just going to take it. A recipe for, like, having a really, really bad time. Left turn. Can we get a left turn? You piece. The Shredder range is not that high. You know what? That might be okay. I'm loving the extra damage. Hey, would it be, like, cool if you took a shot or something? He goes Mach 5. It's a terrifying video. I'll just be like I'll be a baby. I have really sensitive skin. Like when I used to shave with a razor, like a, you know, Schick Quattro Gillette Mach 8 razor. Let's make the poison a little better. I used to get serious razor burn. Like, it was bad. And the same thing can happen to your head if you don't do it, like with if you throw caution to the wind and you just go as fast as possible. You can have the same thing happen, but then you got razor bumps on your head. Or the other thing that can happen a lot is if you got like a bump on your head. I mean, I have like, you can't see it because it's behind my head, but I have like a little bump, just a natural kind of like ebb and flow of the scalp. If I shave my head too fast, I nick it every single time. And you'd be amazed how much blood you have in your head. Like, it doesn't hurt that bad, but it bleeds like crazy. So you gotta really be like, zzz, you got to be very cautious when you go back there, which is why I use an electric razor now, because it's just easier, it's just better. It's superior in my opinion. Okay, now the saw can do something. Like this, I wish someone had told me this when I was in high school and I had like insane razor burn every time I shaved, especially like the bottom part of my neck. Just stop shaving. You could grow a beard, or you could also just get like an electric beard trimmer and just use that. You're not gonna get as close, but that's life, man. It's way better than having like a ton of red bumps at the base of your neck, in my opinion. Mortars get an AoE. I love it. Does it give you a close shave? I mean, it gives you a close enough shave to look like you shaved. I mean, how close does your shave have to be? Do you work... Are you an NHL player and Lou Lamoriello is your general manager? How close you gotta get? I will immediately place 3 more ballistas. No sweat there. I mean, we're on autopilot right here. Yep, that's me. I play for the Yankees. Fair enough. Fair enough. What a shot. What a shot. If you will only be satisfied with basically getting to the skin, then you got a problem. I don't know how to solve that issue for you. I'm just going to take a better poison sprayer, honestly. It's doing a great job. I know it needs targeting, but like... Look, if you're going to make me be a hater, I think this is a great game. But I actually think, like... I don't think I should have to do the targeting. I think there should be like a normie word cell mode, like a non-engineer mode. That's just like the things target based on what they should optimally target to begin with. I know you're going to be like, well, in 15% of situations, there's an edge case where that's not what you want to do. You want to have that kind of control. Okay, then take off like word cell mode or like download a mod or something. Or yeah, you could set like a default for every tower in like a spreadsheet style menu or something like that, like some presets so you don't have to do it for every extra mortar you put down. I am just going to continue to take passives. I am going to place down 2 more ballistas. I'm going to place down 2 more ballistas. This, it seems like you should be able to... Oh, I'm going to place down 3 more ballistas. How about that? I'm starting to get slightly afraid. Like, nothing has made it in a while, but, you know, I'd prefer to stay ahead of the curve. I think another shredder would hit the spot. Do we have a 2-piece shredder location that hits the choke point? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm a big believer in banditry. +1, +1, +1. I mean, I would settle for a +1, I think. I think I'm just going to stick it right there. You know, feel free to take a shot, like, at your earliest leisure or whatever. I love that stutter step. Look at, they're doing, like, yo-yo tricks. He's walking the dog. You ever get into yo-yos? Maybe we're due for yo-yos to come back, too. If swing comes back, yo-yos have to come back, too. Yes. No, please, no. Dude, what? Okay, someone is going to know the answer to this. A lot of people are going to be like, what are you talking about? Like, you've actually lost your mind. But some people are going to be like, I remember this. You could get, like, a 1920s style yo-go. Or yo-yo, I should say. Sorry, yogos are a yogurt-covered goji berry that serves as baby food sometimes. Anyway. My brain's all messed up. It's got baby stuff. It's got my own childhood. I'm living in 2 time periods simultaneously. Yeah, but you didn't do more damage to armor. That sounds great. We're not on Oogie yet. I'm happy to hear that. There was, excuse me. See a beautiful opportunity here. Does it hits the top road as well? That's amazing. There was like cool yo-yo from the 1930s, and then there was the coolest yo-yo. So you could get like a 1930s style yo-yo, you know, just like a wooden spool with like a string wrapped around it. But then there was also one that it had like, I don't think it had a motor in it or something, but it had like a gyroscope. So when you got it to sleep, when you snapped your wrist, you could hear it go like, and then it would go, or you could hold it like this and then go like, and it would go zzz, and then come back up. I forget what it was called, but it was beautiful. Those were fancy. I don't know, I got mine at Giant Tiger, so it couldn't have been like too expensive. The Yomega Brain? I don't know if we had that in Canada, but oh, I was kind of sick with the yo-yo, you know? It's like yuck, man. This is yuck. This is yuck. I'll take ballistas get range. Ugh. It's like a goated only child toy, without a doubt. I could walk the dog. I could, the cat's in the cradle, you know, the one where you get the yo-yo to swing in between like a triangle. I couldn't do any of the truly sick stuff, like I wouldn't go to a world championship or something like that. But I was working on it. I could juggle too, so you know I was like a cool kid. Oogie's gonna kill you? I don't think so. I don't think... Oogie's at level 15. I don't think he's gonna kill me. I don't think we got anything to worry about. Oogie is armor-based. Hold on. So, we need to expand here, because then Oogie will pop out here. We have 3,000 gold. I think, because everybody has to pass through this section, I think this would be another great opportunity to throw down a poison. I know you'll also be interested in getting some mortars. I will also increase my poison. You're missing a ballista? Okay. Oh, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm missing a ballista. Thank you. I wouldn't mind getting one more mortar out here. Is there a +2 that hits... Ooh, a +3 that covers quite a lot. We'll get range upgrades eventually, too. So we expand here so that Oogie comes out here. Put down ballistas. I'm not crying yet. I hate this house generation, though. I do think with 2,000 gold... Let's not be stupid. Like, let's throw down one more shredder at the choke point. Just, like, I'd rather have it now than regret not having had it. And if we're gonna do that, we'll fix the priorities eventually, don't worry. Like, we got some beautiful +3s here. Mana's doing fine. Okay, this is what it's all about. I forgot we had bleed from the saws, too. Like, I think he's done. I think he's over. Don't worry, the saws are still going, the mortars are still going, the ballistas are adding a little extra. He's bleeding, he's taking DOT, here come the saws, we're fine. Look at that. And our squad isn't even built to kill health. So, like, this is kind of impressive, I think. That we're doing so well against an enemy who we're not even, like, designed to fight. I do see some Monka-S, I do see some Copium. You don't have anything to worry about. Don't worry about it, okay? The ballistas are going to finish the job even if he makes it... This is perfect. This is exactly what you want. You put just enough gas in the tank to make it to your destination. He's dead. Beautiful. Okay, let's have shredders do more. Ooh, oh. Poison slows enemies. 3 chests. Holy cow. Poisoned enemies take extra shield damage. I do kind of want a mana bank, but I don't know if we need it right now. Shredders give way more bleed. Shredders do more health damage. I love this setup right here. Oh, I love this setup right here, too. Okay, hold on. We're not going to suffer any problems here. Most armor, most health, slowest. Most armor, most health, slowest. Most armor, most health, slowest. Did we used to have the casino be... Will we beat Oogie? Because if so, that's like kind of embarrassing. For us. What about some early poison? Honestly, pretty good idea. Pretty good idea. What's the range on a poison spreader? Not great. I was kind of hoping like if we placed one here, it would hit something. You know what? I think that might actually function. Even if it's not super efficient, getting the poison on them early so that they're slowed down more, I think is actually going to help us out a lot. I'm okay with that, even though there's also a huge wasted... wasted amount of range. But that's going to screw up their shield regen. So they're going to be weaker by the time they get down here. NL, for the priority list, the order doesn't matter. It's the sum of all of the priorities. I can't handle that, man. That's... You know how, like, when you're having an argument with somebody online, and you misspell something, or they misspell something, and you go like, by the way, you misspelled this, and they go, whatever, this isn't school. That's how I feel about some of the stuff in Rogue Tower. A game that I also enjoy. But there are elements of it where I'm like, I can't, look, I'm just trying to enjoy them. I know some people, they get into the minutia, don't get me wrong, and I'm glad this exists for them. I'm choosing to interface with it at my own speed, at my own pace. I think we need another shredder. I accept this. I'm not doing any matrix multiplication. You guys don't spit out enemies when you die, right? You just die. For now. I say this every time, but I feel like we got a good run here. You know, Rogue Tower and Vampire Survivors, they have like a lot more in common than I originally thought. For like 90% of the game, maybe 99% of the game, you're like everything is going completely fine. And then by the time you notice something is wrong, you're already dead. Hot take, matrix multiplication sucks. I'm more of a fan of addition. Like, if I was a mathematician, I would... If I wrote the dictionary of math, I would put you and I together. Hold on. Hold on. We don't need mana siphons. We only have one... Well, actually, we have many mana crystals. Kind of feel like more poison damage helps us, though. I want a new... I want, like, a goated tower. Holy cow, they're fast. Like, I want an obelisk. I know we had the option to take one earlier, but anytime I get the chance to take, like, a passive, I'm all about that. But I want, like, an obelisk or a particle beam. Probably not a particle beam. Maybe more like an obelisk or radar or something like that. Radar is the best. I'm looking forward to it. We're getting a card every single level, so it shouldn't be that hard to find it, or at least find, like, something good. Mana's doing great right now, even though we have 3... Oh, you know what? We have 3 poison sprayers, but they're very rarely firing at the same time, so we might underestimate our mana consumption. There we go. Hey, also, like last night, I watched some Netflix while I was cleaning up the house and doing YouTube stuff. If you're looking at my recent Netflix reviews, okay? Archive 81, worth watching. Midnight Mass, quite good. Big Bug, an extreme waste of your time, don't bother. Ali Wong's new comedy special, Don Wong, worth watching. Murderville, also worth watching. Radar. It's exactly what I asked for. And then we set it on progress. Holy cow. Well, don't put it there. If the range is so good, just put that on a +3 and like enjoy life. And then set it progress. Honestly, it's mostly a health killer. I'm going all in, man. I'll spend the whole freaking stack on it. And then keep expanding me. No forks in the road, please. Holy cow. Hello, NL. I was watching SAP last night before bed. Somehow I sent your video where you wear a suit to 12 people before I fell asleep and they thought I got hacked by a scammer. This is a great opportunity to say that you did get hacked and then just delete your Facebook account and never go back. They've given you an easy out. It's like when you're at a party and someone says like, oh, are you tired? Like, if you don't want to be there, you could be like, you know what, I am. I think I'm actually just going to go. You've been given a little crack in the door. Now's your chance. To free yourself from the manacles of Zuckerberg. Take your time, by the way. Burp, 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 burp. This pathing is very good. I'm very pleased. You know, while we're here, let's be a little cost effective. Like, that's a pretty sick mortar. Well, you know what? Actually, I'm going to kill that one. I'm going to build a mortar here instead. That hits the choke points and then all 3 waves as they come down. I like that. By the way, I'm annoyed that, like, and we'll sit here, we'll stall for a minute. I'm annoyed that when I tweeted, if I was a cop, I would look up everybody's license plate. I don't give a shit. A lot of people replied to that, like, of course you would. Wow, cop behavior. You misunderstood me. I wouldn't sit on the side of the road and every time someone drove by, like, find a reason to arrest them. Here's what inspired it, okay? I was at a crosswalk in Vancouver yesterday. I got to the crosswalk well in advance of a vehicle. I went to take one step onto the crosswalk, and then this lifted Toyota Tacoma camo cab aftermarket part just made no indication that he was going to slow down. So I stepped off, and then in my head, like a complete lunatic, I looked at his license plate, and I just kept repeating it in my head. I can repeat it now. I'm not going to say it because, you know, that's psychotic. But in my head, I was like, I've still got it in there. So if I was a police officer and I was walking back from the grocery store and someone cut me off, you know I'm running that fucking plate as soon as I get to my computer. I'm not saying I would find a reason to engage in punitive behavior. But if it was like, hey, there's a warrant out for your arrest, I'd be like, surprise, bitch. That's why you slow down at the crosswalk. I don't know why I should be expected to take my life into my own hands and step into the crosswalk and just hope you don't hit me in order to tell you to slow down. I'll wait for, like, the car right behind them was like a Nissan Versa. And they were like, I'll slow down and not kill you. And I was like, thank you, citizen. We live in a society. The other, this lifted Toyota Tacoma piece of shit. You could tell. He could tell we weren't part of the same political landscape. He was like, I'm not going to slow down for this guy. What are you going to do? Go home and put some shit in your compost? No, I was going to put my groceries from my reusable bag into my refrigerator. But thank you. Anyway, sorry. So that's what I would do. Let's invest in infrastructure. I'll take a mana siphon. I don't think we need to buy... I don't think we need to build the mana siphons yet. However... we will probably want mana siphons when we get a mana-rich tower. Yeah, I would, you know, ruin his life in Roblox. And you're gonna say, like, oh, you're gonna ruin his life because he cut you off at an intersection? You know, like, it's for the good of society. Because if he's cutting me off, it's not just me. He's cutting everybody off. No jury on earth would convict me. +3. Okay, you guys are... that's how we got into this mess, okay? You guys... this was a joke. This was satire. You're getting whipped into a bloodlust and a frenzy based on my sardonic rant. Does anybody else see how absolutely messed up this is? You know what? While we're here, everything's going so well. I would like to build another +3 radar, please. And I'll go all in yet again. These have been doing a great job for us. But the next thing we're going to want, like on this card selection, if we could get an obelisk. Hold on. Something here, not the ballista, but something here has to do mana damage, right? Honestly, the lookout just sounds annoying. Spots enemies, magnifies the damage they take. Mines take mana. Mines sound like something that does armor damage. They do armor damage. I'm so smart. Mines don't take mana, though. Honestly, in that case, I'm going to make my biplanes better. Don't fork. That's going to fork in the road. You know it, man. By the way, so I also made a tweet that was like, I'm parked right now, and the person who parked behind me has those xenon headlights that are brighter than the sun, and I feel like Nosferatu right now, for real. Two addendums to that anecdote. One was, it was also a Toyota. And I've never driven a Toyota, but I have a great brand perception for Toyota. Which is that I think they're a reasonably priced, reliable automobile with a fantastic production design, okay? The second part of the anecdote is that when I got out of my car, so did the person behind me, and it was one of the moms from Daycare. And I was like, ooh. Hope she doesn't follow me on Twitter. I mean, it's not like a personal attack. I just said her car has really bright headlights that are turning me into a Nosferatu man. But she might not take kindly to that. I don't know. Lexus has the same thing. I guess that makes sense. It's the same same company, right? I do think I'm back to believing, by the way, that nobody at Daycare actually knows who I am in a professional sense, which is good. Because there is one gamer guy there, and he's very nice. I have nothing, like, against him. He's who I gravitate to for small talk, because we have some shared, you know, interests like that. But I will say, I think it was, like, last Wednesday, when I got to the daycare to pick my daughter up, he was like, "Are you working this week?" And I was like, "You don't know who I am." And I was pleased. I was like, thank God. I'm back in the clear. I can talk all the shit I want to talk. Poison sprayers get even better. To go even further beyond. Are you working this week? I don't know. It depends whether you consider this work. He threw you off his trail. He's secretly a 10-month sub. I knew it. I knew he came over in the school rush. He struck me as a Mizkif viewer. It's me. Lamau, it's me. If it's you, stand up. Take a bow. It's Austin Powers in Gold member quote. He's a juicer for sure. He's a big fan of the gambling streams, the 46-hour-long gambling streams. Dad? He watches a lot of Aiden Ross. Probably like the oldest, and this is not even a knock, because, this second thing I'm going to say is not a knock either. I don't really know the biggest streamers on Twitch, right? That's not because they're not famous. It's just because like I'm in my own little bubble. But I don't know if I've ever felt older than like I went to the Twitch homepage and Aiden Ross had like 80,000 viewers, and I was like, let's see what's up with this. And he was watching a digitally reconstructed Juice WRLD song, like an AI generated Juice WRLD song, and the whole chat was just, and everything it said was just like, oh my god, freaky, it sounds just like him. And I was like, I don't even know who this is. I'm so old. Chat was just whipping by at like a mile a minute, and I was like, it's a guy like I don't know that's watching a AI version of a rapper that I didn't know. I'm like, I'm only 33, man. Play some Jack Johnson. I'm still waiting for my angel. I'm still waiting for my insane mana tower. Make banana pancakes or banana waffles if you prefer. Being 28 sometimes feels like 60. I honestly think that as time goes on, younger people get older. Now, I know that sounds obvious, but what I mean is, like, I think culture moves faster now because the dissemination of information via the internet is, like, so insanely fast. Like, I feel like 50-year-olds and 25-year-olds in the 1920s were, like, basically the same. They were all in the Camptown races. They were drinking at illegal speakeasies, and they could, like, have a talk with one another. Nowadays, if you're, like, 27, and you try to have a conversation with, like, a 24-year-old, you're like, what the hell? What the hell is Simpson Wave? Even Simpson Wave is old now, right? That shit is, like, 10 years old. That's how old I am. I can't even make the joke, like, contemporary. That's not shade on 24-year-olds. When you talk to, like, a 21-year-old, you're probably like, what the fuck? And then 21-year-olds be out here like, oh, man, we're so old. Remember when Fortnite was the most popular game on the planet, like, 6 months ago? Growing old sucks, man. It's crazy. My favorite songs from middle school are almost 10 years old. Biplanes deal 25% bleed damage. Easiest choice in my life. Okay, we're almost at, like, Mecha Oogie. I mean, Zombie Oogie. We gotta make sure he spawns long path. Humans were not meant to know this much information. It's so true. People know too much these days. It makes life, like, so much more complicated. You can't watch a movie with an ensemble cast anymore. You know, 95% of the cast will be like, okay, and then someone in chat will be like, ooh, Monka S, Michael Pena. And you're like, what's wrong with Michael Pena? And you're like, oh, he's a Scientologist. I'm not meant to know the religion of, like, the 403rd most popular actor in Hollywood. Mankind wasn't meant to possess this much. Maybe, like, the top 10, sure, but, like, come on. You spoiled Michael Pena? I still like Michael Pena as an actor. I never watched a movie with Michael Pena in it because I was like, oh, I bet he's like a good guy. I bet he's an atheist. No, I was, you know, I was just like, I like when he talks fast. Top 10 actors in the USA by popularity, go. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I feel like I hate to say it because I don't have anything against him, but I don't know if he's ever made like a great movie. The Rock has to be in the top 3. I don't know if he's number 1. It depends whether, are we going by like box office gross, popularity, broad popularity, in like, are we asking Americans who they think the top actors are? Because they're going to say actors who make like one movie every 5 years. And I don't mean that as like a huge negative, but like Tom Cruise might be up there, but the man only makes Mission Impossible movies now, which is fine. But like, I don't know if he's at the same degree of, you know, cultural zeitgeist that he was in like the 90s and the 2000s when he was popping out, you know, Magnolia and Vanilla Sky and Cocktail. Particle Cannon. So I got to think about this one, because Particle Cannon is a shield obliterator. I think we got to give it a shot. Cocktail. Edge of Tomorrow is a great movie. It also has crazy range. We're probably going to have to get a mana siphon. Let me demolish that piece of garbage. Hold on. +3? That's pretty good. I can certainly live with that. It has to shoot most shield or least shield. Collateral is a great movie too. I mean, that's the thing, is like, I mean, I hate to say this, but we talked about it with music, right? You know, this is not me. This is an observation of culture. The better someone is at their job in media, the worse that their offenses have to be in order to get canceled. It's like Michael Pena is like a supporting actor. He's into Scientology. People are like, I don't know, this guy's like a little, I'm not sure if I want to support that. Tom Cruise is like a diehard Scientology acolyte. People are like, Mission Impossible Fallout, still kind of kino though. I'll still go see that. Explain Kevin Spacey. Incredible actor whose crimes were like really bad. Like insanely bad. Like really bad. Like you will never hear an R. Kelly song on the radio ever again. Some of those songs are pretty good. He did some terrible stuff. You turn on any radio station, within an hour, you're going to hear Billie Jean, Thriller, or Wanna Be Startin' Something every single time. That dude dangled his baby over a hotel balcony and was accused of some other stuff that didn't actually hold up in front of a jury of his peers. I'm just saying, We have double standards as a society to some extent. If you work in media, the better you are at your job, the harder it is to cancel you, at least for like minor stuff. O.J. Simpson, the rare case of a not that great of an actor, and also did like, you know, I don't want to get into a measuring contest here, but murder's got to be one of the worst crimes. I don't think it. He was beloved as an athlete. Don't get me wrong. But he's still kind of around. Like, he still has a media presence. Anyway, sorry. People were like, please fix your something. Please fix, what was it? Please fix your particle cannon? Felony tier list? Fix your camera border? I can do that. It's not like I'm doing anything else in this game. Camera border. Something like... There you go. Fixed. You need more mana regen. I think that's probably true. We have insane terrain generation right here. Zombie Oogie's gonna eat him? You think so? Because he's already dead. Okay, you guys are pretty quick. That's a little... He's literally already dead. I'll take my treasure right now, please. Let's make our shredders better. He got owned, man. That wasn't even close. There's some crimes that shouldn't be crimes. That's my take on that. Okay, mana is an issue. You're right. Here's something we've talked about this before. This, I wouldn't say this gets me in trouble, but this is a controversial take. If you drunk drive, you're a scumbag. That's not the controversial take. Like, but I take it a step further. If you ever look at your phone in your car, and it's not just to adjust Google Maps, you're a scumbag. But this is anecdotal from like the Vancouver subreddit. I have seen tales of people who are like, they went to like a New Year's party, got hammered, didn't want to drive drunk, so they slept in their car, woke up to like a knock at the window from a police officer, and technically, I guess it's illegal to have the keys in your possession and be in your car when you're intoxicated. So what people recommend, I mean, you should essentially just get like an Uber or, you know, stay inside of your friend's house. I guess if you're at a bar, that's harder. We might want an obelisk here. I know we're going to have mana problems, but what people recommend is like throw your keys under your car so that they're not in your possession. That seems like as soon as you find yourself doing that shit, the law makes no sense. I understand the idea that like you could wake up and be like, I'm not as drunk as I was last night, which means I'm probably sober, and then like drive off and actually be drunk. But like that's when it's a crime. It's not a crime to like have your keys in your pocket when you're sleeping in the car. It just seems kind of silly to me. Yeah, this like it's like some Minority Report stuff. No! Look at what? It's a beautiful +6, but we got like so many more enemies now. Okay, we got 12,000 gold. I gotta think about this for a second. I gotta think about this. I don't know if we got the power for... I honestly, with God as my witness, this is a shredder. A +6 shredder here is gonna stop the hordes. Then we build an obelisk like over here instead. Because the hordes scare me way more than one single enemy because we got this beautiful radar. So let's put a shredder here. A shredder is good at health. Let's give it some extra upgrades as well. And then just let it run wild. And then we would like to get an obelisk down. It might screw up our mana. Wow, I forgot. Your range is not as high as I would like. So we might need like one here, one here. It didn't fire. That's why it's built for the future. It's not just built for the present. Now you are an armor destroyer. Target most armor, please. Mana could use some work. Okay, so the next upgrade we may want just a mana bank. Horrible spot for a shredder. You're all gonna be sorry. Like, you're gonna eat your words and I can't wait for it. Leash shield to obelisk. Incredible intel. I forgot. I knew there was one other thing. I forgot what it was. Because it's so bad against shields. Then my shredders get even better. Let's see if we can loop you down a little bit. That sounds nice. And then more mana siphons. You look at this shredder. You said it was a bad... You didn't look at the +6 damage, man. Loop me? This is the real loop hero right here. This seems fine. My insane pace. I've never seen a 39, and I never will. Yeah, mana's looking not good. We need a mana bank on a future upgrade. But our obelisk's not firing 100% of the time is not a deal breaker. I can't do anything about my mana. People are like, mana? What do you want me to do? There's no more mana crystals, man. I gotta wait. We just gotta chill a little bit. Get more mana? I mean, look at that. We waited 10 seconds. We got enough. Bet. I don't know what that means. There is one spot available? Hold on. I can find this. It's not here, because it's on a different elevation, right? Or does different elevation not count for the mana siphon? Never mind, it's wrong elevation. That is right, I did it. I don't want enemies to get more move speed. I'm insanely happy just getting like as many passives as possible right now. This is another nice +6 here. I would look at that as or +5. I would look at that as a mortar. I think it's still poison early is great, but we got mana problems. I'm living with that as a mortar because we're gonna expand over here and here anyway. Just make sure you got your priorities set. Most armor, most health, slowest, armor damage. I live with that. We haven't had many problems yet. The radar seems to be cleaning it up. I will bet a ban on mana siphons working from a higher elevation. I don't have a horse in this race, so you know what? Let's test it. I think you would be banned right now. I don't know. Is he getting it? These guys are getting it. This guy looks inactive, but he's also pointing towards it. It's working. It's working. All right. So you now turnabout is fair play. You get to ban any chatter of your choice, and it can't be me, it can't be any VIPs, and it can't be any other streamers. Any other verified streamers. I will ban an affiliate for you. It can't be staff either. I literally don't have the power. Trust me, I've tried. Crit steal 10% of the target's current poison as extra poison. The only problem I have with this is we don't really apply a ton of poison. Like, we apply like a little over here, and we apply like a little over here. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think we might be happier just to maybe make our particle cannon start working towards that the next tier of upgrades. Holy cow, they really want me to get like some top tier shredders in here. Look at this. I'm going in, man. I know these pay off later, but everyone laughed at this one because they're like, the shredder's got to be able to shoot downstream. Look at this downstream. Look at this downstream. Thank you, Saws. Thank you. Siphons. Siphons. I'm not siphon blind. I simply have a siphon filter, like Gabe Logan. What was the lady's name from Siphon Filter? I know some people are going to know this. Some people are going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? Some people are going to know it. I feel like her name was like... Her name was not Jane Siphon. It was like Ling something. Look it up. Leon? Hey, there we go. Her name was not Janice. Her name was not Ling My Balls, okay? Come on. Lin-Manuel Miranda. That's it. Leanne Rhymes. Leon Jing. That's it. That's it, man. What a game. Greatest taser in gaming history. I'm going straight for particle cannon's poison as well. And then, look at this freaking loop, man. These saws are getting in on the action now. What happened to It Takes Two? It'll be back. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. We gotta work my schedule out with Kate's. But it'll definitely be back. This was not the run to doubt on? I don't know. Don't be so sure. Don't be so sure of yourself. We're doing pretty well, but it's not like we have like a ton of gold right now. 7,000 is enough to put like 2 pretty nice towers down, but you know, that's not enough to change the direction of a steamship on the ocean. Siphons, yep, that's a good point. Definitely some siphons would be useful here. I love that this is the super choke point. You think if we put a shredder up here, it could hit? I'm gonna demolish that for now. I gotta think about it. And this is going pretty well. I feel like radar is not needed, but it's so good, like, why not add some more? Like, look at that, man. All all radars gain 15 range. I mean, 15 range seems great, but it doesn't seem that necessary. We're like already covering almost the whole map. We have slow on poison. I do like the idea that maybe like some poison in here to slow them on the +5 shredder. That makes some sense to me. It does. Let's also make poisoned enemies take extra shield damage. And then let's throw down a poison sprayer like right here. It's hidden. It does damage to health and shield. I'm not going to worry about priority too much. I like that. And let's keep it moving. I'm trying to think. This is mostly like shield time. We got a lot of shielded enemies. But I'm way more worried about, like, hordes than I am about a single big enemy, because we have so many good radars. Well, 2 good radars. I think hordes are the problem. Yeah, armor guys that then shoot out missiles when they die. That's what scares me. So believe it or not, I think our shredders can take care of that. I almost feel like some armor shredding would help us the most. I feel like a shredder is so good at hitting armor that, like, why would I build a mortar to deal with armor when I could build a shredder instead? An obelisk. Now that's a good point. Obelisk is great at dealing with armor. We want to make sure it can hit enemies. This, I mean, what's the range? It's not that good, right? That's merely okay. I mean, I actually think that's like semi-functional right there. I would start there, maybe. And then hit me with the most armor. This might not... I guess it doesn't matter where you put it, right? I also believe that I need more mana. Don't get me wrong. Oh, you're so close, man. Yeah, we definitely need more mana. But I'm kind of not sweating it just because the shredders don't take mana, the radars don't take mana, and that's what does like almost all of our damage. How about this then? Most armor, most armor. Just double up on the priority. Don't spit out enemies, you piece. GG, GG? I don't think so. I don't think this is GG. I think ye are of little faith. Are you willing to bet a ban on it? Whether I have mana or not right now is irrelevant. Radar's doing very little. Honestly, like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You guys are so up your asses right now. I agree. They're just jealous. They're haters who don't know I'm keeping it zuzzy. Look at that. Now I got full mana. Whoa, how'd your mana come back? Because, look. Your car's not always going to have a full gas tank, okay? But as long as you're regenerating 3 liters of fuel per second, you're never going to run out. Let's have shredders do more damage. Let's get the ballistas in on the action. You'll love to see that. I think we need to throw down another shredder. If mana is not getting better, then we need a shredder to make it better. Na. We need mana-independent sources of damage. Thanks, John. Excuse me, Paul McCartney sings Hey Jude. I mean, I'm sure all the Beatles are involved because there's some absolutely goated harmonizing. Although, I'm gonna say it, okay? Hey, I love the Beatles. I don't think they're overrated. I think that's an extremely, that's a Maynard James Keenan take. My mana? Oh, no. However, whatever, hit me. Go ahead. See if I care. I lived, bitch. Hey Jude, though, one of the most overrated Beatles songs. For sure. You're not going to spit shit out when you die, are you? At least fire once. Please. Thank you. Oh, we're fine. Okay. Oh, no! We got mana, though. For once we got mana, we can slow them. Okay, I would like biplanes that deal damage to armor. How about... We don't have the gold for a shredder right here. I would love to, though. Take the long side. This might be the end of our lives. Hold on. I'm clicking like a madman. There's also a mana siphon bottom left. There we go. I know it's only +1 per second, but you never know. If that helps us fire one extra time. Give me another radar as well. I can live with that. I can live with that. Give me some health damage. Get out there, man. Man, this thing is bone dry. Look at this. Come on, be dead. We lived. We're dead. We're dead. Okay, well. GG. GG. Check score? I don't know what that means. Check score. Pay out the doubters. Choose outcome. We did not beat our PB. Oh, score 528. Okay. How do I interpret this, though? This is like your score in Isaac. What does it mean? Whoop-de-doo, Basil. What does it all mean? Radar was garbage? What are you talking about? It was garbage in terms of its efficiency. But you don't win by getting the most damage per gold. You win by getting the most damage. And look at how much damage it did. Well, not as much as our shredders, but I mean, that's not a fair comparison. Total 449k. It did less damage than our ballistas. It did less damage than... I mean, I only had 2 of them, don't get me wrong. Like, that's probably not, like, a fair comparison, but I am a little surprised. What did we learn? Not to play any more Rogue Tower. /marker Rogue Tower. I'm just kidding! On Twitch.